Anxiety and Lyft. Yeah, that Lyft. So 2 weeks ago, I moved to where I currently am using a Lyft, and that Lyft driver called the police. The Lyft driver was impatient, did not fulfill my request to help me with my luggage, and then when we got to where I am, pressed the button that calls the police, and the police came, which is a whole nother level of anxiety for me because it's fucking police. The police didn't do anything. They realized there was something going on. They tried to go on about their business, but the Lyft driver kept talking to them. I don't know about what, but like my experience with Lyft since I started living out of Airbnbs has like really gone downhill. I have only had one Lyft driver that has understood the instructions. Well, one non-English as a first language speaking Lyft driver that understood the instructions. My other Lyft driver that is a native English speaker was great, understood the instructions, fulfilled my requests, all was well. But these other Lyft drivers have just been absolutely terrible. And I think that they're saying that they're proficient at English, and they're not, and they don't understand my request. Or they accept the ride and they just don't want to fulfill the request. I don't understand what the fuck that's about. I mean, I know that drivers can reject rides for any reason, unlike us, because if we reject a ride, we get charged $5. If we reject a driver, we get charged $5. Well, I think they can reject for free. But yeah, it's fucked up. So aside from how these anxiety meds are helping me, I did have anxiety about asking my friends for favors because I asked my friends for favors a lot before the pandemic. And it's been a while since then, and I felt more comfortable asking the community for things. But when you're working with strangers, they don't really care to respond a lot of the time. Whereas if I ask my friends for something and they can't do it, they'll at least respond, right? It's the closure we all seek. And I have decided that from here on out, I'm going to do my best to ask my friends to help me move and continue to ask the community to help me move, because when they are available, they do get back to me, because my experiences with Lyft, with moving, have just been horrible. I mean, that previous one was the worst case where the police were called, and the driver was being terribly impatient, rude, and all that. And I would rather have good experiences in my life, which is why I got on these meds in the first place. And I think it's the meds that kind of cleared that barrier of like, hey, just ask your friends for help, because really, that's worse.